Imagine a 24/7 employee who never gets sick, never calls out, never takes a vacation, and can handle entire workflows from start to finish. That's an AI agent. And for business owners, it's one of the most exciting prospects in a generation. For SaaS founders, it's terrifying because if an agent can do the whole job, why would anyone pay for the software? Today, I'm going to explain why that fear is real, why it doesn't have to kill your business, and the three things you should do right now so that agents accelerate your SaaS progress instead of threatening it. I'm Sean, and I've spent 15 years bootstrapping SaaS businesses, and now I help founders like you. Before we talk about this strategy, let's make sure everyone understands what we're actually talking about when we say AI agents. An AI agent is essentially an autonomous digital worker, not a chatbot that just answers questions, not an AI feature bolted onto existing software. A fully autonomous system that can observe a situation, make decisions, take actions, and complete an entire workflow without humans directing every step. Think about what a human employee does in a customer support role. They read the ticket, they look up a customer's history, they check the knowledge base, they decide on a resolution. They write a response, they update the CRM. An agent can do all of that, end to end, without stopping. And the exciting part for business owners is obvious. A 24/7 employee who never gets sick, never calls out, never needs training twice, can handle thousands of tasks simultaneously. That's an incredibly compelling value proposition for any business that relies on human labor for repetitive workflows. Now let's talk about why this is causing so much panic in the SaaS industry. It's a big part of the fear behind the SaaS apocalypse, but it isn't just about per seat pricing dying. It's about something more fundamental changing. Here's the logic chain that's terrifying investors. Traditional SaaS gives a human a tool to do their job better. The human still does the job. The software just makes them more efficient. But an agent doesn't need a tool. The agent is the worker. So if the agent can read the ticket, look up the history, and write the response, why does the company need the ticketing software at all? That's the existential threat. It's not that agents make SaaS better, it's that agents might make SaaS unnecessary. So if I have an agent handle my entire billing workflow, why do I still need to pay $99 a month for a billing automation software? That is what triggered a $1 trillion sell-off. Investors looked at the logic and thought the software layer might get skipped entirely. Here's the thing. That fear is legitimate, but it's not the whole story. The theory of agents replacing SaaS makes sense on a whiteboard, but I spend my time in the real world, building products for real businesses. So let me tell you what the real world looks like right now. Designing, building, and deploying agents gets technical fast. Most business owners can barely navigate their existing software stack, let alone an architect an autonomous agent workflow. The technical barrier alone puts agents out of reach for the majority of small and mid-sized businesses. But the bigger issue isn't technical, it's operational. Businesses have been designed to be operated by people for decades. Every process, every protocol, every approval chain, every exception handler, all built around human judgment and human communication. You can't just flip a switch and replace that with an agent. The company needs the right protocols in place, the right data structures, the right handoff procedures between human and machine, the right guardrails for when the agent gets it wrong, because it will get it wrong. I've seen this firsthand. Businesses that try to deploy agents into existing workflows without redesigning those workflows first end up with expensive failures. The agent is technically capable, but the business wasn't set up to allow it to operate. Right now, agents make perfect sense in theory, but in practice, not so much, at least not yet. Let me crystallize this with a specific example so you can see the gap between the pitch and reality. Take a law firm, or the market for which I'm building my clockless tool. In theory, an agent could handle the entire billing workflow. Read every meeting, categorize every conversation, generate invoices, send them to clients, follow up on late payments, end-to-end, no human needed. But in practice, the managing partner needs to review every invoice before it goes out. Certain clients have custom billing arrangements that aren't documented anywhere. They live in the partner's head. The firm has 3 different billing rate structures depending on a case type. There's a long-time client who demands a personal call before any invoice is sent. None of that is written down. None of it lives in a system. It all lives in human knowledge and relationships. So until the firm documents those processes and standardizes those workflows and creates the protocols for an agent to follow, the agent can't replace the human. It can assist the human, but replace, not quite yet. Multiply that reality across every industry, every company, every workflow. As you can see, the world really needs some time to catch up. So if agents aren't quite ready yet, when do they arrive? Here's how I see that timeline playing out. Right now, 2026, 2027, agents work well for narrow, well-defined tasks within existing software, answering support tickets from a knowledge base, routing leads based on criteria, processing structured data. They're powerful assistants, but not quite autonomous workers. Near future, next 2 to 3 years, businesses will start redesigning their processes to be agent compatible. Documentation will improve, protocols will get codified, the infrastructure will catch up, agent adoption will grow, and the businesses that did this prep work. Eventually, and I mean 5 to 10 years, agentic solutions will steal significant business away from what used to be typical SaaS. If I can have just an agent handle the whole thing, why would I still need the software? That's the end game. It's real and it is coming. The question isn't if agents will reshape SaaS, it's when. And the markets and businesses just need time to catch up. So now we know the situation, the problems, and what to expect down the line. The question is, what should we do as bootstrap SaaS founders? I have 3 strategies. Let's start with the most important one. Design your solutions with agents in mind from day one. This means building your product so that when the world is ready for agents, you can flip the switch and your customers get an agent experience through your platform. Practically, this means building strong APIs. It means structuring your data so that an agent can consume it. It means designing workflows that have clear inputs, outputs, and decision points, not just pretty UIs for the humans. It means thinking about your product as a layer that agents can operate on, not just a screen that humans click through. When you do this, your customers won't churn when the agents arrive. They'll upgrade. They'll have access to your agent instead of shopping for their own or spending a ton of time, effort, and money trying to build one. You become the agent provider for your niche, not the software that gets replaced by one. Strategy 2 is about communication and timing, letting your customers know what's coming so they stay with you instead of looking elsewhere. Add agents to your product roadmap and let your customers know it's coming, not next month, when they are ready for it. This does 2 things. It signals that you're forward thinking, which builds confidence. It gives your customers a reason to stay instead of shopping for standalone agent solutions. Start performing discovery as soon as your customers show interest. Ask them, how are you using the product today? Which tasks would you hand off to an autonomous agent? What processes would need to change first? Here's the critical part. Be realistic with them about how ready they are to take advantage of agents. Too much tech too fast often backfires. If a customer's processes aren't documented, their data isn't structured, and their team isn't trained on working alongside AI, deploying an agent will create more problems than it solves. Be the trusted advisor who says, let's get you ready first, rather than a vendor who oversells. The third strategy is the most important mindset shift, and it's some of the best advice I've ever received as an entrepreneur. You might want to live in the future, but right now we all live in the present, and some of us live in the past. You need to keep a foot in both worlds simultaneously. Here's what that means in practice. Your product needs to solve today's problem with today's technology for today's customer. Right now, your customer wants software that helps them do their job better. They're not ready for a fully autonomous agent. They need the right tool. Serve them where they are. At the same time, you need to be preparing for where the market is going. Learn about agent architectures, build your APIs, structure your data, experiment with agent capabilities internally. Stay informed about what's becoming possible. The founders who win will be the ones who are excellent at solving today's problem and ready to evolve when the market shifts, not the ones who bet everything on the future that hasn't arrived yet, not the ones who ignore the future and get caught flat-footed when it does. Keep one foot in each world. That way, you'll still know what works now, but you're ready for where the market is going tomorrow. It's also, honestly, a lot more exciting to build this way. Let me zoom out and give you the big picture on this. This doesn't have to be one or the other. It's not SaaS versus agents. It's SaaS evolving into agent-powered platforms. The founders who treat this as a binary choice, either build SaaS or build agents, will lose. The founders who build SaaS that's designed to incorporate agents will thrive. Your SaaS product becomes the home for the agent. The domain expertise, the customer relationships, the workflow knowledge, the data, all of that lives in your product. The agent is how the value gets delivered in the future. You're not being replaced, you're being upgraded. Here's 3 things I want you to do this week. Step 1, audit your product for agent readiness. Does it have an API? Is the data structured? Could an agent operate on your workflows, or are they UI only? Identify those gaps. Step 2, add agent capabilities to your product roadmap, even if it's 6 to 12 months out. Signal to customers that you're thinking ahead. Step 3, solve today's problem excellently while preparing for tomorrow. Keep one foot in each world. The present pays the bills, and the future will protect you from disruption. If you want the complete framework for building, pricing, and launching a SaaS product that's ready for where the market is heading, my free 5-day email course covers the whole process. Check out the link in the description below. I'm Sean, this is Bootstrapper's Paradise. Remember, build for today, but design for tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one.